Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going over a few questions from someone who recently got back into the hobby. The last time he collected was since childhood. So this is someone who is pretty much starting from scratch. I think it's really refreshing to read these questions. A lot of us have been collecting for a while and we tend to forget our roots. So hearing his questions will be very interesting. Richard Perley, welcome back to Pokemon. He asks, I keep hearing various terms such as bulk, vintage, and modern. Not really sure what they mean. Could you briefly explain them? When people say bulk, it tends to mean extra. Bulk is not really useful to you. The cards that are included in the pack, the common, uncommon cards, sometimes the rares, those are considered bulk. Instead of keeping them, you can sell them to a card store. A card store that takes bulk is Toad. So we're talking about the extra cards, common, uncommon, rares, maybe reverse foils, holos, anything that you don't care to collect, that's considered bulk, and then you can trade them in for money. You can also trade in energy cards. Some people throw away energy cards thinking it's worth nothing, but you can wait until you find a place that offers 2 cents for them. Even though it's just 2 cents, it adds up. The best way to ship bulk is through a large priority box. Large priority boxes cost around, I believe, $25 to ship, and you can fit around 5,600 cards in them. That's the best way, that's the best cost-efficient way to ship bulk. Vintage means anything from the base set to I think the end of the E-series era. People would consider that vintage. Anything after I think 2015, that's considered modern. So vintage and modern basically talks about the timeline of sets. WOTC Wizards of the Coast cards and E-series cards, while modern is more black and white, X and Y, sun and moon, Gala region. Okay, he asked, regarding storage, does it make a difference if you single or double sleeve cards? Do you put them all in semi-rigids, or is that only for more valuable ones? He's asking really good questions. I highly recommend when you double sleeve cards to not use perfect fits. Perfect fits are sleeves that are, like its name, perfectly fit. It is really tight on the card and it can cause scratches on the holo when you slide the cards in and out. I highly recommend like an Ultra Pro fit sleeve that's not so tight, and then you can put them in a loose penny sleeve. Let me show you. They have close fit sleeves is what I call them. They're not exactly perfect fit. There's room on the sides. I sell them for $1.50 a pack if you're interested. And then you just take a loose penny sleeve. These you can buy at Walmart for $1. And you can just do this. That's double sleeving. And it won't harm your cards because it's not so tight. Do I put all my cards in semi-rigids? I only put cards in semi-rigids if I don't have time to put them in binders after the card store. Then I put them in boxes for organization later. But I don't store my cards in semi-rigids. I store them in Ultra Pro leather binders. I highly recommend them because not only are they stylish, this Pikachu one, they're very soft, and I'm gonna flip to a page. Cards don't really slide out. See? And it keeps dust away from the card because you put the cards in from the side and not from above. They're around $30 each, but you can probably find them for cheaper. Any tips for spotting fake cards? So this is a very common fake with Rainbow GXs. The real ones are textured while the fake ones are very smooth. In this example, Collecting with Ghouls has 2 Dratini cards. One is real, one is fake. I'm going to give you a moment to guess which is which. If you guess the one on the right is real, you're correct. The reason why is because it seems very centered. The corners are nicely cut, right? The colors look nice and even. But the one on the left, it has a weird shine on the card. It's really off-centered. It's very waxy looking. Corners aren't really cut well. It just looks very cheap. And back then, WOTC cards, it's better quality than the common uncommon cards we have now. He is going to use a light test on the fake one. When he shined the light on the card, you can tell that it's going right through the card because it's so thin. Whereas with the real one, when he put the light through, it's very opaque. So to summarize, I guess to tell if a card is fake or not, you can feel it. If it's super thin, suspiciously thin, it's most likely fake. And if you shine a light through it, if a lot of light goes through, you can verify that it's not authentic. Number 4. Is eBay solds the best way of working out a card's value? For me, it is. All you gotta do is find a bunch of sold values of that card, find the average, and then take away the 10% for fees. It's good to know if the market that you're in right now is a buyer's market or a seller's market. Sometimes cards are taking a dip. You can offer less than eBay sold listings. But if the cards are going up in price, most likely you have to pay around eBay prices outside of eBay. You don't really have to find the exact prices as long as you find the approximate value. You can work out the difference with the seller. But keep in mind if it's a buyer's market or a seller's market currently. If it's a buyer's market, you have more room to haggle below eBay sold listings because everyone's in a rush to sell. But if it's a seller's market, be prepared to have a hard time haggling with the seller. What's the best way to get started building a collection on a budget that's as self-funding as possible? When I started collecting, I purchased multiple cards of something that would sell, like base set unlimited Charizards. I would try to find the mintiest copies possible. I would send them in to get graded. Then I would sell them to buy the extra cards on the side that I wanted. It's not good to keep buying cards to hold to sell in the future because your money could be easily put elsewhere. So it's always good to buy, sell, and keep growing the amount of cards that you buy and like the quality of the cards that you buy with the money that you are making. Whereas if you're someone that hoarded a whole bunch of cards to sit on, where's the extra money coming from for cards that you want? It's not there anymore. But if you sell the cards, you make the profit, you get the money back, you can keep doing that to grow your collection. Richard, I highly recommend for you to get onto social media because with the collections that you buy, you can use it as content, and content can pay off. You can show off your cards, get a lot of viewers, and in the future, when you want to sell cards, it will be easier for you to sell because you already established a foundation on social media. It works wonders. It's better selling if you have a reputation than if you are completely new. So I highly recommend you jump on that. I think that's it. Create a social media account, buy cards that are going up in value, that are easy to sell, not like random cards here and there. It's a huge plus if you really like the card because you don't mind keeping it. So I highly recommend going after something that you like as well. And if it's really popular, great, you can buy multiple copies, sell one in the future, and pay off your current copy. I have a rule that I teach people. It's called the 3-card rule. of a card that you think will go up in value and something that you enjoy collecting. One card is to keep. One card is to sell in the near future to make back a lot of your money. And one to sell in the far future to generate your money back and pay off the rest of the cards and make more. So that's why I have a 3-card rule for beginners. As you collect more and more, you can expand that rule. I went from 3-card rule to 5-card rule to 9 right now. So sometimes I buy 9 copies of a card, like these guys. I don't know if it's 9, but I'm working on it. These are the promo Rayquazas that I got for around $30 each. I'm planning to sell them in the future. And in the future when they go up, a few copies can pay off the rest. Whatever I sell from here is profit, and I get to keep one. That's what I'm currently working on now. I hope it all makes sense, Richard. Let me know if I need to clarify anything. And yes, I'm going to have a transcript down below to explain the whole thing in better detail, because sometimes I rush through the videos because I talk really fast. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.